Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Let me ask you something bold to begin with. If there were a simple, enjoyable, and powerful way to protect your memory, lift your mood, sharpen your thinking, and even reduce the risk of cognitive decline, and you could do it without pills or complicated programs, would you try it? Now here's the amazing part. You've already experienced it. It's music. Yes, music. The songs that move us, the melodies we hum, the rhythms that make us tap our feet. But music is much more than just entertainment. After the age of 60, when the brain naturally begins to slow in some areas, music becomes a remarkable tool, one that can keep your mind vibrant, your emotions balanced, and your spirit young. In this new video series, we're going to explore the incredible benefits of music for your brain after 60. You'll learn how music stimulates multiple regions of the brain at once, how it can improve memory and focus, reduce anxiety, support better sleep, and even help with movement and coordination. And the best part? You don't need to be a musician or have a perfect voice. You simply need to listen, feel, and maybe sing along. Let me share something personal with you. A viewer named Nancy, 67, from Oregon, wrote to me last year. She said she had been struggling with low energy and mental fog after retiring. Her daughter gifted her a pair of headphones and created a playlist of her favorite songs from the 70s. Nancy began listening each morning while stretching, cooking, or just relaxing. Within a few weeks, she noticed something changing. Her thoughts were clearer, her mood was lighter, and she began feeling more like herself again. She said, "I didn't realize how much I had been missing the music of my life." Science backs Nancy's experience. Researchers have found that listening to familiar music activates not just the auditory centers in the brain, but also areas involved in memory, emotion, and movement. In fact, studies using brain imaging show that music lights up more parts of the brain than almost any other activity. It creates new connections, strengthens existing pathways, and in some cases, helps the brain compensate for areas that are slowing down. In the upcoming parts of this series, we'll explore these benefits in more detail. We'll begin by looking at how music boosts memory and mental clarity, even in people experiencing mild cognitive decline. Then we'll move into how music can lift your mood, lower stress hormones, and provide comfort during difficult moments. We'll also talk about how singing or playing an instrument can improve coordination, breathing, and brain-body connection. And finally, we'll explore how music brings people together, building community, sparking joy, and helping us feel truly alive. So if you've ever tapped your fingers to a beat, swayed to a tune, or found yourself smiling at the sound of a favorite melody, stay with me. Because what you'll discover in the next few parts might just transform how you think about music, your brain, and what it means to thrive after 60. In the next section, we'll start with the powerful impact of music on memory, and why the songs from your youth might be the most valuable brain tool you had all along. Let's now begin our deep dive into one of the most powerful effects of music on the brain after 60, its ability to boost memory. And not just any memory, but especially the kind that matters most, the moments, names, places, and feelings that make up the stories of your life. Music has a way of opening doors in the brain that we didn't even realize were still there, and once they're open, memories often come flooding through. You've probably experienced this without even thinking about it. You hear a few notes of a familiar song from your teenage years, and suddenly, just like that, you're back in a specific moment. Maybe it was a dance, a summer road trip, or sitting on the porch with the radio playing. You remember what you were wearing, who you were with, maybe even what the air smelled like. That's the power of music-linked memory. It bypasses the usual routes and taps directly into the emotional and sensory parts of the brain. For older adults, this is especially important. As we age, our brains naturally shrink a little, and certain functions, like short-term memory or name recall, can begin to slow down. But music seems to reach parts of the brain that remain relatively unaffected by aging, such as the medial prefrontal cortex. This area is one of the last to deteriorate in many types of dementia and Alzheimer's disease, and it just so happens to be highly responsive to music. A 2018 study published in Nature Reviews Neuroscience found that music has the ability to elicit autobiographical memories more vividly than spoken word or photographs. In other words, the right song, can do more for your memory than looking at an old photo album. That's because music creates an emotional anchor, a deep connection between the experience and the feeling surrounding it. Let me share a story from a viewer named Harold, 72, from Illinois. After his wife passed away, Harold found it difficult to engage in any activity that reminded him of their time together. But one day, while cleaning out an old drawer, he came across a cassette of their favorite love songs from the 1970s. Curious, he dug out a cassette player, pressed play, and for the first time in months he cried. But this time, they were tears of warmth, of memory, of reconnection. He began playing that tape every morning, letting the music help him remember not just a loss, but the life they shared. Over time, he began sharing stories with his children, and even started writing down his memories in a journal. "The music brought her back to me," he said. "It brought me back to myself." Another example comes from community programs using music therapy for individuals with early-stage dementia. At a care center in New York, therapists played personalized playlists based on participants' musical preferences. Even individuals who struggled to recognize their own family members could sing along to favorite tunes from their youth. That's because musical memory is often preserved even when other types of memory begin to fade. This phenomenon is now being applied more broadly in memory care. Music is being used to stimulate conversation, reduce agitation, and increase cooperation among older adults who face cognitive decline. And for those who aren't facing memory loss, it's still a valuable way to keep the mind active and emotionally grounded. So how can you start using music to enhance your own memory? First, create a personal playlist of songs from different stages of your life. Try to pick songs that are linked to vivid events, your first job, your wedding, a vacation, a favorite holiday. Don't worry about musical taste. What matters most is a connection to your story. Second, make it a daily habit. Play your playlist while doing something routine, like stretching, cooking, or going for a walk. Over time, your brain begins to associate these songs with the present moment, creating new layers of memory. Third, sing along if you can. Singing activates the brain even more than passive listening, especially when you're recalling lyrics from long ago. And don't worry about how you sound. This is about stimulation, not performance. Fourth, share your musical memories with others. Talk to friends or family about what certain songs mean to you. Play them during visits or family gatherings. You'll find that others often have their own strong memories attached to the same tunes. Finally, don't be afraid to revisit music you haven't heard in years. Dig out old CDs, records, or search online for playlists by decade. Sometimes one forgotten song is all it takes to unlock a treasure trove of experiences and emotions. In the next part, we'll explore how music doesn't just help us remember, it also helps us feel. We'll dive into the science of how music lifts mood, reduces anxiety, and brings emotional balance, even on the hardest days. Because sometimes the best therapy isn't a pill or a lecture, it's a melody. See you there. Let's now explore something equally profound: how music affects our emotions and why that matters so deeply for brain health after 60. If memory is the thread that connects us to our past, then emotions are the colors that bring that tapestry to life. And music, quite remarkably, influences both. After the age of 60, many people experience a complex mix of emotions: retirement, changes in family dynamics, health concerns, and even the passing of close friends can create a sense of loss, uncertainty, or even loneliness. These emotional shifts are completely normal, but they can also quietly affect our cognitive well-being. That's where music becomes more than just a pleasure. It becomes a tool for emotional resilience. Music affects a region of the brain called the limbic system, which is deeply involved in processing emotions. When we listen to music that moves us, this part of the brain lights up, releasing chemicals like dopamine and serotonin, the body's natural mood boosters. This is why listening to music you love can give you a lift, shift your perspective, or even bring a sense of peace on a difficult day. Let me tell you about Grace, 71, from New Jersey. After a long winter and an unexpected surgery, she found herself feeling flat, emotionally gray, as she described it. Her son suggested she try listening to a playlist of upbeat jazz classics they used to dance to when he was little. Grace began playing the music every morning while making breakfast. It didn't fix everything, but she said it brought a smile when she hadn't felt one in weeks. It helped me feel alive again, she told me. It was like a little spark each time the trumpet kicked in. Music doesn't just bring happiness. It also provides space for sadness, reflection, and healing. Sometimes we need to cry, to grieve, or to remember. Music allows that release in a way that's gentle, safe, and often cathartic. That's why certain songs feel like old friends. They've been with us in both joy and sorrow. Research from the University of Helsinki found that older adults who listened to music daily reported lower levels of depression and anxiety, along with improved sleep and social engagement. And this wasn't limited to classical or relaxing music. Participants chose whatever resonated with them, from gospel to folk to 1960s rock, and emotional benefits were consistent across styles. There's also something beautiful about the control music gives us. When other parts of life feel unpredictable, choosing a song becomes an act of agency. Whether you need energy, comfort, or calm, the right music can deliver. Another wonderful example comes from Arthur, 76, in California. He created themed playlists for different times of the day. One for waking up, one for cleaning the house, one for winding down in the evening. He said it helped organize his mood and structure his day more than any planner ever had. It's like I cue my brain to shift gears, he explained, and the brain listens. So how can you use music to support your emotional health? Start by identifying how you feel or how you want to feel. Do you need something uplifting, calming, reflective? Build playlists that match those moods. Even having just 3 go-to sets, happy, mellow, and thoughtful, can make a huge difference. Use music to mark transitions. A particular song for morning stretches, another for afternoon rest, and one more for evening relaxation can create helpful cues for your brain and body. Don't be afraid to dance or move to music. Movement amplifies emotional effect and adds a bonus of physical exercise. Even gentle swaying or tapping your feet counts. And finally, share music with others. Sing along with grandchildren. Send a favorite song to a friend. Create shared playlists with your spouse. Music becomes even more powerful when it's part of a shared emotional experience. In the next part, we'll look at how making music, through singing, playing an instrument, or even humming, creates a deeper brain-body connection and helps improve coordination, breathing, and cognitive flexibility. Because when you make music, your brain doesn't just listen, it learns. See you there. Let's now look at what happens when we don't just listen to music, but make it. Whether through singing, playing an instrument, humming, or tapping out a rhythm, the act of making music lights up the brain in extraordinary ways. And for those of us over 60, it offers an incredibly powerful way to maintain mental agility, emotional expression, and even physical coordination. You might think that creating music is only for trained musicians or those who played an instrument all their life. But that couldn't be further from the truth. You don't need perfect pitch, formal lessons, or expensive equipment to benefit. The very act of engaging with rhythm and melody, in whatever form feels natural to you, can help keep your brain vibrant and connected. Let's start with singing. When you sing, especially familiar songs, your brain has to retrieve lyrics, control your breathing, manage timing, and adjust pitch, often all at once. That's an incredible workout for the brain. Studies from the University of Frankfurt show that singing boosts levels of oxytocin, the connection hormone, while lowering cortisol, the stress hormone. Singing in a group, such as a choir, adds even more benefits through social interaction and synchronized breathing. Take the story of Joan, 68, from Maine. She hadn't sung in decades, but after joining a casual neighborhood choir, she found herself more mentally alert, physically energized, and emotionally grounded. I never thought I'd perform again at my age, she told me, but every Tuesday night I feel like I'm 30 again. Playing an instrument offers another powerful form of brain engagement. Whether it's piano, guitar, ukulele, or even a simple hand drum, the process requires coordination between your hands, eyes, ears, and brain. You must read or remember patterns, adjust motor movements, and stay in rhythm, all of which stimulate multiple brain regions, including the cerebellum for movement, the hippocampus for memory, and the prefrontal cortex for decision-making. James, 74, from Oregon, began learning the harmonica during the pandemic. He practiced just 10 minutes a day and was amazed at how quickly his concentration and breathing improved. It was like learning a new language, he said. Some days I forgot about time entirely, and that was a gift. What's more, making music can actually improve physical coordination. For seniors dealing with Parkinson's, stroke recovery, or mobility issues, rhythmic movement paired with music can retrain pathways in the brain to support smoother, more stable motions. This is why music therapy is now used in many rehabilitation settings. Even humming counts. Humming activates the vagus nerve, which plays a key role in regulating the body's relaxation response. Just 5 minutes of humming a calming melody can reduce anxiety, slow the heart rate, and increase feelings of calm and connection. Try humming a lullaby or hymn that brings back a good memory. You might be surprised at how soothing it feels. If you're not sure where to start, here are a few gentle ways to begin making music a regular part of your brain care routine. Try singing along to your favorite song each day. Don't worry about how you sound. Just enjoy the act. Use a simple percussion instrument like a tambourine, shaker, or even a wooden spoon on a table to tap out rhythms along with music. Consider joining a beginner-friendly music class. Many community centers offer drumming circles, singing groups, or ukulele sessions tailored for older adults. Use technology. Apps like Musician or Simply Piano offer slow-paced, supported tutorials for seniors. Set aside a few minutes a day to hum or whistle. Start your morning with a melody instead of silence. It might set a positive tone for your whole day. The goal isn't perfection, it's participation. When you make music, you aren't just creating sound. You're strengthening your mind, expressing your emotions, improving your coordination, and connecting to something joyful and deeply human. In the next part, we'll explore the social power of music, how shared musical experiences, from concerts and choirs to playlists with loved ones, create connection, reduce loneliness, and help build a sense of belonging. Because when we make music together, we don't just feel good, we feel connected. See you there. Let's now explore the social side of music, the way it brings us together, builds community, and helps us feel deeply connected to those around us. While music can absolutely be a personal, solitary experience, some of its most powerful effects happen when it's shared. And for those of us over 60, this kind of connection can be life-changing. Loneliness is one of the most pressing health challenges among older adults. Studies have shown that social isolation can increase the risk of cognitive decline, depression, and even cardiovascular disease. But music has a unique way of breaking through those walls. Whether it's singing in a group, dancing at a local event, or even sharing a favorite song with a friend, music becomes a bridge between people, memories, and emotions. Let's take the story of Betty, 73, from North Carolina. After moving to a new town to be closer to her grandchildren, she found herself feeling out of place and disconnected. One day, she noticed a flyer at the library for a Golden Voices community choir. She hesitated but decided to attend. That one decision changed everything. She found not only a place to sing but a circle of new friends, regular weekly gatherings, and a sense of belonging that she hadn't felt in years. It wasn't just about the music, she told me. It was about being seen, being heard, and singing with others who are walking the same road. Shared musical experiences create synchronized movement, shared breath, and emotional harmony, literally and figuratively. Neuroscientists have found that people who sing together or move to the same rhythm actually begin to synchronize their brain waves and heart rates. This phenomenon, called interpersonal entrainment, helps build trust, empathy, and connection. Concerts, whether big or small, offer another wonderful opportunity. You don't have to attend a huge arena show to feel the benefits. Local jazz nights, church performances, or open mic nights can bring tremendous joy. Just being in a room with others enjoying the same sound can lift your spirits. For many seniors, these outings also serve as a motivator to get dressed, engage socially, and look forward to something new. Technology can play a role here too. If you're homebound or living far from loved ones, you can still share music. Create a shared playlist with a grandchild. Have a listening date with a friend over phone where you each play a favorite song and talk about why you love it. Join virtual choir groups or music appreciation clubs online. The possibilities are expanding every day. There's also something deeply moving about multi-generational musical experiences. When grandparents share music with grandchildren, they're not just passing along songs. They're passing along culture, values, and memories. And when younger generations introduce their music in return, it opens doors to new rhythms, new ideas, and fresh energy. Take Leonard, 77, from Colorado. Every Sunday morning, he and his teenage grandson sit down and swap songs. Leonard plays a Sinatra track, and his grandson responds with a modern pop tune. Then they talk about lyrics, instruments, memories. "It's our ritual," Leonard said. "It keeps me curious and keeps us close." So, how can you build more shared musical moments into your life? Start simple. Invite a friend to listen to music while having coffee. Attend a local music event. Join a community choir or dance group. Ask your family to create a collaborative playlist for you. If you're part of a church or spiritual group, suggest including more live music or community singing. If you live in a retirement community, ask about starting a music hour or hosting themed sing-alongs. Even watching musical movies or documentaries with someone can spark wonderful conversations and emotional closeness. The point is this: music creates shared emotional space. It gives us something to talk about, feel together, and remember together. In a world where connection can feel fragile, music helps us weave a stronger net. In the next part, we'll bring everything together, from memory and mood to movement and meaning, and explore how to create your own simple, sustainable music plan to support your brain for years to come. You don't have to be a musician. You just have to listen, engage, and let music do what it does best: heal, connect, and uplift. See you there. Let's now bring everything together, from memory and mood to movement, connection, and meaning, to understand how you can turn music into a powerful and lasting part of your brain health plan after 60. You've seen how music helps recall memories, boosts emotions, sharpens coordination, and fosters social connection. Now, let's explore how to make all of that practical, personal, and sustainable. Creating your own music-based wellness plan doesn't require a lot of time, money, or skill. It just requires intention. Like any other health habit, such as drinking enough water or getting daily movement, music works best when it's woven into the rhythm of your life. The key is to keep it simple, joyful, and consistent. Start by identifying your musical goals. Do you want to lift your mood each morning? Improve your focus during daily tasks? Feel more connected to your loved ones? Or simply enjoy a moment of calm before bedtime? When you know what you want music to do for you, it becomes easier to use it intentionally. Next, create a few personal playlists based on these goals. For example, a morning uplift playlist to energize and motivate you. A memory lane playlist filled with songs from your younger years. A calm and cozy playlist for winding down at night. A move and groove playlist to get you walking, stretching, or dancing. Keep these playlists easily accessible on your phone, your tablet, or even a CD player if that's what you prefer. Technology doesn't have to be a barrier. Ask a family member to help you set it up, or visit a local library or senior center for support. You can also create a simple routine around your music. For example, play your morning uplift playlist while getting dressed. Do 5 minutes of stretching or dancing to a favorite upbeat song. Take a music walk. Put on your headphones and stroll while listening. Sing or hum during chores. It turns the mundane into something memorable. And don't forget to make music social. Schedule regular music moments with others. Host a listening night, attend a concert, or even create a mini music club where you and friends take turns sharing favorite songs. These shared experiences strengthen emotional bonds and create new, joyful memories. It's also worth keeping a journal or reflection log. Write down how you feel before and after listening. Which songs made you smile, cry, remember, or dance? Over time, you'll learn which types of music best support your mental and emotional state, and you'll build a beautiful record of musical memories. Let me share one last story from Ruth, 79, in Washington. Every evening, she lights a candle, pours a cup of tea, and plays one song she loves while sitting quietly. Sometimes it's a hymn, sometimes it's a piano piece, sometimes it's Ella Fitzgerald. It's just one song, but it centers her. She says, "That's my time to remember who I am and what matters to me." That's the power of music. It's not just background noise. It's a friend, a comfort, a spark of joy. It's a tool that, when used with care, can support your brain, soothe your heart, and brighten your days, not just now, but for years to come. So here's your gentle invitation. Let music be part of your daily care. Let it guide your memories, lift your mood, move your body, and connect your heart to others. And if this video has inspired you, I invite you to leave a comment below. Share your favorite memory tied to a song. Tell us what you listen to when you want to feel good. Let's build a community through music, one note at a time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone you love. Until next time, take care of your mind, take care of your heart, and keep listening to the music that makes you feel alive.